Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Januel once again. I hope you guys are all having a great, phenomenal day. Now, today we're going to be talking about highest paying jobs in Dominican Republic. Just in case you're interested in living here, you might say, what are the highest paying jobs in Dominican Republic? And that's where your boy comes in and he gives you the info. So that's what I'm here for. So if you want even more stuff about that and just business, real estate, and business, general entrepreneurial life, then why don't you go ahead and subscribe and also like this video, which really helps a lot. Also, I will leave all my social media in the link in a link description below, so go ahead and check that out pretty please. But otherwise, let's not forget to get into this video. These salaries that I am going to tell you, you might calculate them into dollars and you might say, wait a minute, hell no, I'm never going to go to the Dominican Republic. I don't want to live there. But I am doing this by the standards of living in the Dominican Republic. I'm not telling you that you're going to become a billionaire here, or you're going to make as much money as you will in the United States. Sorry, but it just doesn't work that way. Now, I know that these numbers might sound high. You might think, damn, that much a month? It's not dollars, guys. It's pesos. $1 here is 57 pesos as of now. It varies and it changes over time. It could go down as well as it could go up. So just so that you keep that in mind and just so that you understand that. But otherwise, let's get right into this video. Number 10, marketing directors. These people make from 12 to 45K a month. What do they do? Well, as it says, they're basically like a revenue generator in the sense that they find ways so that their organization, company, etc., their revenue can go up, so they can make more money. That's their job. That's what you got to do. That's your position. So basically a marketer, but obviously it's for a specific organization or specific company. This is a job. I'm not talking about that you're going to do it for multiple companies. Well, might not be such a bad idea. But yeah, about 12K, which is basically 12K pesos a month. But that's obviously probably when you're starting off, or probably have it as a part-time. But mid-level and the real average is about 40 to 45K a month in pesos, obviously not dollars. If you guys know this career, but a pilot. That was an inside joke. But anyways, a pilot here in the Dominican Republic makes around 12.5K to 50K. Now this is obviously, I'm telling you, the average. Yes, there's pilots that make quadruple that. But I'm telling you what sites and my research says. So, as I said, 12.5 to about 50K is around the average. It all depends on the circumstances, the airline, etc., etc., etc. But that's about the average that a pilot makes here in Dominican Republic. Now, we all know what a pilot is, so I won't really give you an explanation about that. But for those who don't know, that's the guy that, basically drives the plane, in a sense. So next up that we have on our 8th spot, it is a college professor. You might say, wait a minute, a college professor makes more than a pilot? Yes, in this circumstance, yes. They average around 17 to 55K, according to my research. Now, we all know what a college professor obviously is, which is basically a teacher for college students. So basically, yeah, a college professor makes about 17.5 to 55K as well. Let's not forget that it also all depends on what college you go, on what college it is. Obviously, it also depends, what are you teaching? How many classes are you giving? Are you like just do this full time, or do you do this like once a week? Like a part-time type of a thing, like a hobby? Like, what exactly is it? And I say it depends on the college, because I believe, that the WASP, which is the public one here in San Francisco de Macorís, where I live, pays more, I believe, than UCNE, which is the private one here in San Francisco de Macorís. So, as I said, it all depends where you're at, what you're teaching, how many classes are you giving. So it varies when it comes to those circumstances. But college professors at the 8th spot. And I didn't put teachers here, but just to give you an extra little bonus in the middle of the video, teachers make here right around, if you're in a private institution, you make about 10. I'm not even exaggerating. They literally make about 10 to 18K. That's obviously them starting out. They usually start in a private institution and they move on to the public. And then the public schools teachers, they make about 35 to 45, 55K. So it's like around in that range. So yeah. Next spot, we have an orthodontist. Orthodontist, dentist, you know what I'm trying to say. Basically, obviously those are the people that operate on your teeth or work with your teeth or whatever it is, right? Everything that has to do inside your mouth. I've never really been interested in it, but it's one of the highest paying jobs, so I have to talk about it. They make about 20 to 65K a month. Obviously, as in all careers, it depends if you're entry level, mid level, or you're very, very experienced. But there's also somebody that I know that makes 300,000 pesos a month just out of the orthodontist. Just out of being a dentist, is just because he owns his own consult. He owns his own office. He owns his own dentistry, right? But he also does politics. He is the director of the. He's the director of the Salud Pública. So yeah, his name is Luis Rosario. And I know who he is. I met him. I've talked to him. Great guy. But basically, as I said, it all depends on you. It all depends on you. It's just because that's the average doesn't mean you have to be average. So never forget that. But yeah, that is, I believe, the 6th spot. Am I correct? 7th spot. This is the 6th spot, which is the CFO, Chief Financial Officer. Yeah, they make the 6th most amount of money in Dominican Republic. They're one of the highest paying. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they make about 20 to 65K as well as a doctor. So you can put them on the draw. They're both in 6th place, 7th, whatever. So they're both right there, but it's just that it's 19K and a half. That's why I have them at the 6th spot, because orthodontist is 19K and the CFOs are 19.5K and to 65. So you could basically put them on the draw if you want, but I have it at my 6th spot. CFO, well, they basically take care of the finances of the organization. That's basically what they do. If you want to know more about CFOs or CEOs or CMO, yeah, a lot of chief officers. But if you want me to talk about that, I will more than gladly talk about that. You know what? That actually just might be my next video. So if you do want to know about what is a CEO, CFO, CMO, etc., yes, etc., then why don't you go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we do upload that video and any other videos that you might be interested in when it comes to business and more. But as of now, let's continue with the spot, which is the 5th spot now, right? We got the CEOs. The CEOs around here make about 25 to 65K. Now, once again, what is a CEO? A CEO is basically the chief executive officer of a company. Wait a minute. What is a CEO? What is chief executive officer? He's basically the owner of the company. That's a CEO. But basically, they make about from 25 to 65K. Now, once again, it also all depends on what are your shares of the company or the organization. What do you agree on? It goes to the papers, but I'm just going by the average, right? I'm just going by the average of the highest paying jobs here in Dominican Republic. And it comes here at my 5th spot as the CEO, making 25K to right around 65K. So, yeah, Basically, that's what it is. And once again, if you do want to know what CEO, CFO, CMO, etc., etc., then why don't you go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you see that next video that I'm going to be talking about with CEO, CMO, CFO, etc. So go ahead and do that, and let's continue on with this. Next up, we got bank managers. Bank managers. I don't think I have to really explain that, but bank managers are the ones that manages the banks and supervises the banks, etc. Probably even manages the money from time to time. But bank managers make about 25K to 75K. Now that's, once again, I'm gonna say it again, that is the average. That doesn't mean that you have to just specifically make 25K or 75K. Maybe you are worth more, you believe you're worth more, and you should be making 85K. Who knows? But bank managers is at the 4th spot. You're gonna say, wait a minute, higher than a CEO? As I say, it all depends on you. How much you're making, what is your experience, what do you got to offer, etc. So obviously, bank managers make more monies on the average than CEOs. So yeah, that is at the 4th spot. Now next, we got lawyers. Lawyers make about 30 to 80K on the average is what they make a month. As I said, the average. And you might say, wait, why do you have to think about it? It's because I was mixing it up with the surgeons. Oops, I might have given you a spoiler. But basically, yeah, I was mixing it up, and then I actually caught into it that it was 80K. So yeah, they make about 30 to 80K a month, which is not so bad at all. Now that's just the average. You can obviously make a lot more than that. My aunt is the gobernadora de San Francisco de Macorís, Xiomara. So she obviously makes a lot more. She studied to be a lawyer. She became a lawyer. She was making really good money, and she had the opportunity to become a gobernadora, and now that's what she is. So yeah, lawyers, it all depends on your hard work and your dedication, your persistence. But they make right around 30 to 80K a month. This is much of a surprise, but at the next spot we got judges. They have to be ahead of the lawyers, am I right? But judges make about 35 to 100K a month in pesos, so it might not be so bad, right? I surely wouldn't be. I wouldn't be complaining just smack in the middle of that. But basically, judges, I think we all know what judges are, which is basically, Your Honor, etc. I don't really know much about judges. I don't really know how they do it. I've never really been interested in that area. Judges are at the 2nd spot. Now, I probably think that you already know what the number 1 spot is, but let's get right into it. Surgeons or doctors. Surgeons or doctors, as I said, because it depends if you're doing cardiology, if you're actually a surgeon, if you're a brain surgeon, etc. So I put surgeons and doctors, because specifically surgeons make a little more, but yeah, doctors in general make good money here in the Dominican Republic, which is 35K. And you might say, wait, 35K, that's lower than the rest. Wait a minute. 35 to 150K a month. Yes, you heard that right. So yeah, they make more than judges, they make more than lawyers and bank managers and CEOs. Some of them, right? So that is the top 10 highest paying jobs in Dominican Republic. So yeah, guys, that is the top 10 highest paying jobs in Dominican Republic. If you're interested, well, there you have it. That's the information that you have in case you wanted to know. Those are the top 10 highest paying jobs in the Dominican Republic, and on the average, once again, I will say this, on the average doesn't mean that you're average. You might be above average, so you also have a chance to make even more money. It all depends on how highly qualified you are, what do you offer, what do you bring to the table, what is your experience in this field. So yeah, basically that's how it is everywhere anyways. Are you going to make, if you're calculating into dollars, that as much as a doctor makes in the United States, to comparing to a doctor how much it makes in the Dominican Republic? Absolutely not. It's uncomparable. But if you do calculate and you do think in the way of living here in the Dominican Republic and not, differentiating or comparing, sorry, that's the word I was looking for, money from the U.S. to the Dominican Republic, then I think you'll be thinking just fine. But otherwise, let's not forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we upload a video. Go ahead and do that right now. Do not forget that. And also, while you're down there, let's not forget to like the video and go ahead and check that link in the description. Go ahead and click that and follow me on social media so that me and you can connect and we could talk. Go ahead and DM me. I try to answer all of my DMs anyways every single day. Even if it's a hi, I would highly appreciate it. You know, and give me your critiques. What do you think about these videos? And give me some videos that you want me to make. You know, I love to learn. I love to learn new things about business, entrepreneurship, stocks, finance, etc. If you have an idea for me to investigate for you because maybe you just want to watch a video because you don't like to read much, well then I'm your guy. Go ahead and DM me or just go ahead and check in that comment section. Go ahead and comment below letting me know what topics you want me to talk about. Not just the Dominican Republic, but it could be from other countries and I'll do the research for you and I'll make that video. But as of now, guys, peace out. Let's get to business. Hey, you haven't subscribed, you haven't hit the notification bell, so what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we upload a video. But as of now, let's get to business.